National F-129RA old fan startup sound with iPad recording. Only happens on speed 1. iPad camera is terrible, it's no stabilization. There's much less shaft wear than I anticipated, much less wear than I thought. But something is a little suspicious. There is a line on the shaft, right here, another fainter line somewhere inside. Not sure if that's the gap for the in and out play. I'll need to analyze the thrust washers. This one seems not very well worn. Not gonna lie, they're in pretty good condition. This one definitely has more signs of wear though. I'll take off the thrust washers and measure them, but in the meantime, I will commence with flushing the bushings. The rear bushing seems to have very little sign of wear. The inside surface is still quite shiny. And same for this one, the front. Yeah, still quite shiny, although it's focusing on the wrong thing. There is an oil port on the rear of the motor, which is this one. I'm not sure what this one is for, so the oil port is on the bottom for some reason. This is how the wire came out when I originally saw it mounted originally, before uninstalling. Usually apply it. First we fill it up onto the overflows. Wait for the oil wick to be full of it until it's totally soaked. And it already appears to be spilling out the edges. See it coming out. I hope the zipper lighter fluid is not dissolving the seal. Otherwise the oil would leak out once the fan gets to operating temperature. I have also applied the zipper lighter fluid into the front bushing and oil wick. Pour the Zippo into the container and then use the pipette to deliver it precisely into the front bushing and oil wick assembly. And I did see it was also leaking around the edges of the seal, just like this. Maybe because the Zippo lighter fluid is so watery, so thin, that's why it comes out the sides like that. Hopefully, the oil, lubricating oil, which is thicker, will not leak out of the edges of the seal just like that. There is a black ring, presumably where the thrust washer has been rubbing against the surface of the bushing. Not sure if I can clean that off or not. I can't feel it very well because the surface is very small, but to my nude finger, it doesn't feel very rough. So I think it's probably just a cosmetic issue. 70% isopropyl alcohol, but I have additional 99% isopropyl alcohol to deliver via a pipette. I will wrap the alcohol swab around the shaft, and then I'll get my isopropyl alcohol 99% and saturate, and then I will turn. I'll keep turning it, get whatever sticky oil or debris off the shaft. Wrap it a different way, and then push it down so that it will still clean properly. And now I will take off the rear thrust washer. Then I'll just rub it inside the alcohol swab. And now take off the front thrust washer. To do it this way. Oil port is on the bottom, and I don't know why. So what I will do is apply the oil to the top of the bushing and at the top of the oil wick. And when the motor heats up, it will let gravity pull the oil down to the bottom. Hopefully this will avoid any overflow or oil leakage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 15. 15 drops is just a starter to gauge how readily the oil is absorbed into the felt oil wick, but real lubrication needs to be long lasting. 13, 14, 15 more drops. And 10 into the bushing center. And if it doesn't work well, we can always add some more via the oil pot. When the rotor feels a little sticky, I'm guessing that's a consequence of the environment it was used in. So this is normally the top. 20. I'm just going to apply a little. See how it behaves when inserting it into the rear bushing. And then form a weird seal of airtightness. It's like it forms some kind of vacuum, some kind of seal. Put on the oil, thoroughly coat everything, the whole inner surface. Now we can insert it. Try to rotate it as I insert it. Seems I've broken the air bubble. There is still a little bit of bubble. Just hope it doesn't blow the oil out of the oil port. But first, I'll apply oil to the front of the shaft. And as I turn the shaft, as I insert it, it will lubricate the inner surface of the front bushing with plenty of oil. Make sure it can run down the sides. And now we carefully insert. You have to be very slow and gentle, wiggle it around, twist the shaft, and boom, now it is in. Now what's left to do is to realign the bushings. These have self-aligning bushings. And twist it around, up and down as well. Properly spread it. I'm just going to knock it gently on axis 10 times, and that should align the rear bushing. And also pull it in and out like this. Also tap it with a hammer. Left, right, up, and down. Basically on all four sides. Even though I probably said it the wrong way, you still get my point. It is still a little bit stiff. Wondering if it's from that vacuum effect with the rear bushing. This is not going as well as I wanted it to. Maybe it just needs some running in. I'll slip on the oil catcher, which I've cleaned up. Now it is in. I'm gonna hammer it. Okay, good enough. Should be enough oil. It is time to apply power to the National Pana Cycle for the first time since reassembling it. Smart plug is on, and nothing's happened, which is good. Everything is at the default position, all off. And now, speed 1. Old fan startup sound is gone. 2. Turn it off. Seems to be a bit more free spinning, although not as much as I would like. Maybe the oil needs time to run in and go through the bushings, the pores, and warm up. And it hasn't conducted any thermal cycles yet, so that might contribute as well. Let's go straight to full speed. And then we'll go straight to speed 2. Okay. And now I will let it run on speed 1 for 45 minutes until the motor warms up. By 45 minutes the motor should definitely be at operating temperature.